Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Come on. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. Yep. Come on. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove? Come on. Come on. We see it. Who running? Who running? We ain't running from no one. Yeah. And Jada said, my fofo make sure all your kids won't grow. That's what Jada said. She Tupac all over again, huh? Come on. No doubt. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. As the road fill all the way up, y'all already know. Hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to nothing but the best. Come on. Villain activity. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation groove? Let me know if I'm live on your end before we get this party started, baby. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Come on. Let's get it. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. We had to reconfigure some things. I believe we are live, and I believe that there should be no stoppage or any skips or anything like that, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes in life, you got to regroup. You got to restart things, right? And sometimes that's just what happened, you know. Unfortunately, you know, that is just what it is. But neither here nor there. We are live here, and it's a little later episode. But the good thing about it is at least I get a chance to talk and spit my mind about the Dallas Cowboys and beyond. And we tried to do this earlier today, and it was not successful. But I always tell people, if you want to continue to do things, you got to overcome things, right? And this is a testament to that. So as the room fill up, let me know if you had the notifications on. If you got that, let me know how you guys feel. Because now it's time about this team. This team, we are the new villains. We have to embrace that role. Let me repeat, we have to embrace that role. We may not want that role, but we are considered evil people over here in Cowboys land. Because we will see a team week one and they would say, hey, that team is better than us. That team got better offensive line. That team got a better coaching staff. That team quarterback is better. That team running back is better, you know? And then after we play them, oh, man, that was just the Giants, man. Oh, man, anybody could have do that against the Giants. And then we play against the Jets, do the same thing. Oh, man, they just the Jets. Can you do it against a better team? And we end up losing against the Cards. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin climbing up out of the grave, and they talking about it. You know, they said that, yeah, these are the Cowboys. They spit upon us. They mock us. You know what I'm saying? They also sully us. They denigrate us. They talk bad about the quarterback. They talk bad about the coaching staff. They don't talk good about nobody. Even Micah Parsons, they was just waiting to talk bad about him. And then we go play against the Patriots, who they pumped up because they won the game the previous week, that time. And they saying, look at the revenge. Watch what Elijah Elliott will do, right? Watch what Mac Jones, watch what he would do. Some wrote an article saying that, hey, he was better than Dak, right? Watch what Bill Belichick, he would never X, Y, and Z. And then the final score was 38-3. Hey, man, it's the Patriots, man. What you think, you know? Anybody can do that, right? Anyone can do that. That ain't nothing new. And then they move over to the 49ers. I was saying back and forth, they were considered the golden child, right? They were considered the darlings. Nobody could talk or say anything negative about the 49ers. They got all of the love and adulations from the media. They were saying that they were going to put a stumping on us, and they were right. Everybody picked the 49ers over the Cowboys. But when the 49ers beat us 42-10, the sky split open. The world stopped. The Cowboys don't have a chance. See, this is who they are. A to Z, they beat us down. But lo and behold, the very next week, they lost to the Browns. They took a piece of their argument away. The Eagles, who were the other media darlings, they love the Eagles. They don't hate them. They love the Eagles. You know, cry, Eagles, cry. They love them. You know what I'm saying? They lost to the Jets. Wake up call. The knock at the door, you know, that what we call that reality check. That reality check was there. Oh, that reality check was there, baby. And now all of a sudden they got the reality check. Those teams that was undefeated are very much so beatable. Very much so beatable. That reality check stepped in really hard. And all of the excuses that they was trying to pull from began to be a little too slippery. And now there are no other excuses that they can use and utilize and say to themselves, hey, these are the things that's real. These are the things that are not. Because every team in the National Football League done got an L, right? So what happened on Monday night, here comes the narrative of the storyline of this particular team called the Chargers. The Chargers supposed to have been a good team. The Chargers were a team with a quarterback that's better than us. They had a better offense than us. They had better star-studded players than us, although it didn't reflect. They was talking about Khalil Mack. They was talking about Derwin James. They was talking about the Asante Samuel Jr., you know. They was talking about, or the second, whatever he may be. You know, they was talking about all of those things. But when it was time for the Cowboys to play on Great Monday night, there was one team with the L, and all of a sudden they changed their narrative. Why? Let's listen to this right quick.
I'll take the Chargers plus 2.5. They're getting healthy. Here comes Austin Eckler. He's back. Where the Chargers have struggled, it's 4th and 1, 3rd and 3. That's Austin Eckler. The O-line's fine. Herbert's great. Keenan Allen's going to be a Hall of Famer potentially. They're not good in short yardage. Now they will be. We told you Trayvon Diggs' injury would change the defense. Also, the last 20 teams to face the Niners are 1-19 the following week. Chargers win it.
He said the Chargers will win it, right? And the following teams that after they play the 49ers are 1-19. Well, he's going to have to update his resume. You're going to have to update your resume now, Chief. It's 2-19 now. It's 2-19 now. And that is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. But watch what he say afterwards. You know, listen to it.
Dallas has been overwhelmingly all talk for 25 years. They beat the 2-3 Chargers, a team that has not won their division despite having Phillip Rivers and Justin Herbert, really good quarterbacks, in 14 years.
I can't make this stuff up, man. Hey, we beat them so bad, he started talking about Phillip Rivers and them. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised he didn't bring up Drew Brees. You know, he started talking about Doug Flutie. You know, we done beat the Chargers so bad that my guy lost his points over there. You know, come on. Yeah, I can't make this stuff up. You know, who remember Doug Flutie, baby? I mean, that brother started speaking, hey, man, hey, Dan Fouts one time played for the Chargers, and let me talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Did he play for the Chargers? Let me know. He went back to San Diego Chargers. He didn't bring up the L.A. Chargers. He brought up the San Diego Chargers. I can't make this stuff up. Hey, if you guys are new here, hit the like button, share this content. I know that it's a different flow. I know it's a different type of situation. I know that we probably don't have the most engagement right now, but if you guys could do me a huge favor, hit the like, share this content. We quasi shadow banned over here, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. Because we're going to spit the truth all the way. I'm quite sure that him and his posses and all of his road dogs probably said, hey, man, that dude, Law Nation, he's spitting too much truth over here. Law. Where you at?
Law.
Oh, wait, I'm right here.
Law.
I'm right here, dog.
Law.
Wait, what happened? What happened now?
Law.
What up, dog? You know, he started bringing up Ryan Leaf. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. The reason, I get it now. The reason why the Chargers lost, not because of my guy Justin Herbert, you know what I'm saying? It's because of Ryan Leaf. Yes, indeed, man. That joker right there start picking up the pieces. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, shout out and kudos and credence to the Chargers. You know, they gave us a good fight, man, and this is how it goes. All right, so let's go right here. Let's listen to my guy who's very objective with his analysis and his approach. Shout out to Brod's Love Sports. Man, this is where I got this one from. Let me see if I can pull that up and put it on the screen. All right, so we got Brod's Love Sports, man, and or Biatch's Love Sports, but I can't say the whole name. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to
this. This is the Dak Prescott we need to see. That Dak Prescott we saw last night.
Okay.
Was he perfect? Absolutely not.
Yeah. No.
He was not. He was not. He was not. But I must say, because when Michael Irvin appeared on What the Football with Susie and Amy last week and was talking about, is he going to be the Patrick Mahomes or anything like that? The answer is no. And I said the interpretation of that is that the Dak that we saw first coming into the league, two-way threat Dak, was not going to be walking through that door anymore.
Yes, indeed. Keep going.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
That's what you got to do sometimes. You gotta be able, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be able to sometimes go back in order to go forward, right? Sometimes you got to go back in order to go forward. Change some of the things that you rearrange, and then multiply those things and keep it going in the right direction. And listen to this guy.
Yeah. The two-way threat Dak, with his arm and buying time out of the pocket with his legs, and then sometimes taking off with his legs, and sometimes being the red zone threat with his legs, his own self. That guy was not walking through that door. And who walked through the SoFi Stadium door last night? That guy. That guy walked through that door, and credit to, yes, I'll say it, to Mike McCarthy, even though at one point Troy Aikman couldn't find the words to say a complimentary word about the offense and the play calling. They put with Joe Buck horses. They can pull it off. And the Dak, again, that I said wasn't maybe going to be walking through that door, walks through that door. I looked it up because I'm a professional.
Look it up.
And I'm also jet lagged.
Couldn't sleep, huh?
I looked it up. When Dak first came into this league, his first year in 2016,
down,
when
y'all.
Romo's
Write
back
that
was
down.
out, and he took things over and basically sent Romo to be Nance's partner. 4 times in 2016, 4 times in 2017, 5 times in 2018.
5.
He ran one in and threw for at least one. Then in 2019, he had 2, and then we all know what happened after that. Got hurt. 2020, he got hurt again. Just had one of those games. Only one of those games in 21. Only one of those games in 22. This was his first such game in 23.
Sometimes you got to go back in order to move forward. Back, forward, and forward. Who remember that? But here's the truth right here. Let's listen to the rest of it, and I can't wait to play y'all the other piece of it. And I'm going to give you guys some analysis of it. Let's go.
They're too few and far between. This is the guy who can put the team on his back, his shoulder, and his legs. If he can do it. And last night he did it. It's the first time he's done it on the road since 2018.
That's a long time.
That's the last time he did it on the road, week 10 of 2018 at Philadelphia. Every other time was in front of the home fans at the Jones Mahal. Last night was his first rushing touchdown, passing touchdown performance on the road, and he does it against the Chargers team coming off a bye, fully rested, and he does it on the road after they got smoke showed. How about Dak?
All right, so let me say this, though.
All I ask.
When you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, what happened in 2019? What happened in 2020? What happened in 2021? 2022? Can somebody let me know, Law Nation know, who was the offensive coordinator, right? And I'm not trying to shank this man with the butter knife, but I'm going to just a little bit,
All I ask.
So when you start to look back at things, and of course 2020, yes, we had some issues with the quarterback getting hurt there, and of course some of the stat lines for your mind is going to be obscured just a little bit. But I'm saying is sometimes you don't have to always run, but the threat of the run is necessary. Let me say this again. Sometimes you don't have to always run, but the threat of the run is necessary. It is what we call over here making the opposition play honest. Making the opposition play honest. And when you do those type of things, ladies and gentlemen, what ultimately happened here, ladies and gentlemen, is that now that linebacker who normally shoot gaps got to wait for a 1/10 of a second. So what I'm saying here is the Cowboys, if they can, I should see a Dak Prescott run at least once a quarter. That's 4 runs out of a game, or once every other quarter. Also, if you can contextualize it, ladies and gentlemen, I need to see this particular team taking a 9 route with one of these guys, whether it's Brandon Cooks or whether it's Kevontae Turpin, to see if they can take the top off the defense. And I need for the Cowboys to also feed dangerous lamb. Those are the things that I need for the Cowboys to do. I do. I need to see those boys do that a little bit more. Dak out of pocket. Out of pocket is dangerous. Dak off-platform throws, I need to see it just a little bit more, right? They practice those type of things, right? And I'm not saying this because we only won the game by a few points, but what I'm saying is you got to keep the defense honest. and attack those edges. Yes, indeed. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. So let's go back to this. I want to play this audio right here. This is about my guy, Micah Parsons.
I just don't condone the bashing of Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys and have the same energy for the Eagles. We want the same energy for everybody because there's a whole bunch of bashing when it's Dak Prescott, but not the same when it's the Eagles. I got time today. A lot of people said the Browns defense was overhyped. I said the Browns are the real deal. Acho said this, which pissed me off. I'm not worried about the 49ers. They were missing Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel.
Get him.
The Browns were missing Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb. They were missing them key factors before the game even started. So why is it that we are just scrubs and we're nobodies that don't deserve to be on the field and we're just all talk? But there's 100 excuses for these other teams. If y'all just gonna hate Cowboys Nation, just say y'all hate Cowboys Nation. I'm tired of people trashing my quarterback. I'm tired of people trashing my team. And that's why I had nothing to say to the media this week. You want to hear me talk? Come to hear me talk on The Edge Monday night. And that's point blank period.
So Micah Parsons, although I'm going to say this, two things can't be true, right? You know, he's spitting the truth, but the truth of it is that we don't like it collectively, but we do appreciate it. I'm talking about some of the older people. Some of the young folks, man, y'all like this stuff right here. Y'all eating this stuff up right now, you know? Hey, man, but because we know what's around the corner. But as long as we know our role and the players know their roles with this, and they understand that, yeah, we care more for Micah Parsons fighting on the field, I'm talking about as a play, versus fighting and bumping his mouth off the field. But at this point, since nobody in big media is an advocate for the Cowboys that's willing to fight with objectivity, right, with this type of reactions, because that video there got 2.9 million views. So 2.9 million eyeballs then saw that. And that just on this particular outlet, right? So we do know across outlets that multiple millions of eyeballs are seeing this, right? And he's embracing the villain role. Who said this? Ladies and gentlemen? Sometimes you can be the hero long enough or too long that you become the villain. Who said that? Who had that quote there? Y'all help me out in the chat. And that, my friend, is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because we are considered America's team, right? Oh, my goodness, that nickname wasn't self-proclaimed, right? Somebody gave us that name. Batman said that. Appreciate you, Iceberg Q, Cliff Burnett, James, appreciate you. He says Batman said that. You know, Two-Face, Roster X. Cliff says, nah, Batman. So Batman said that. You know, people in Gotham was looking at Batman and said, oh, bats, get out of the way. You know what I'm saying? He saved me, but I wanted to, die. You know, all of that crazy stuff. So as long as my guy Parsons is pointing things out, there's no more of that wee-woo stuff. As long as Parsons continuing to let people know that, hey, you better back off of my quarterback. If not, I'm going to call you out. If not, I'm gonna call you out on your BS. And I love it. And my guy J-Rock is contagious. He said this to Kimberly because she had these words to say about, dare I say, the Cowboys.
I just want to know, where was Micah Parsons in February? He was at home. He was watching the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
That have the same energy. Yes, I applaud him for coming to the defense of his quarterback as a good teammate should. But don't get it confused. The star comes with different expectations, and when's the last time they were in the Super Bowl?
And J-Rock said with his response to that, because I couldn't show y'all the audio video, but I can play the audio. I'm already quasi-shadow banned, don't want to get permanently shadow banned. But here we go. He said, JK says, and yet we got the same thing last year. Nothing. That's contagious, baby. That's contagious, baby. That is very contagious. Embrace the villain role. Call her out. She got no grounds to stand on. She got no ropes to pull from. She dogged for sure don't have no experience in the National Football League to even relate. So he basically put her in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to use this as, hey, females can't talk in this particular business. But what else can she say? Because not just she said something. Let me go all the way up. My guy Parsons said something. He said something. He laughed out loud. Watch Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl MVP. What criteria do you analysts use? Oh my goodness, this villain role is. Woo! That villain role is something nasty, baby. Yes, indeed. You know, and then he also said, hey, Michael, Spears, Marcus Spears, not Michael, but Marcus Spears. Like, since when in your era or our era did we say holy S-H-I-T? You're in second place. Let's give them a participation trophy, I love it, baby. I absolutely love it. L-O-V-E. I love it. I absolutely love it. And these are the things that we love to hear.
Because of Micah?
Dusty, I hope the Eagles crush the Cowboys. I'm just anti-Cowboys.
Well, I mean, but hold on. Can we just...
Because of Micah? Because of this?
Are the Cowboys as good as the Lions? I'm starting to get like a little bit annoyed. Sorry, I don't want to do it on national television.
Wow.
No,
I'm just annoyed by it.
Okay.
Are the Cowboys as good as the Lions?
Right now, no.
Okay. How often
Are
does
the
national
Eagles as good
media-
as the Lions? Are the Eagles right now as good as the Lions?
No, but the Eagles
yeah.
are better than the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. So what? Okay. So
I'm starting to get bothered by the media, but I'm part of the media, and I know that
I guess
people
the
watch
point-
the Cowboys, but it's annoying.
It got everybody shook. It got everybody shook over there. And I love it. Oh, and I love it because now the Lions are this mighty team. And yes, they had a great start. And yes, they caught the Kansas City Chiefs by the element of surprise. They didn't have all of their pieces together, and they won week 1. Who did the Lions lose to, ladies and gentlemen? Can y'all let me know in the chat? Who did the Lions lose to? Because they brushed over that one. And granted, I like their coaching staff. I like what they're doing as it relates to their offense or what have you. But let me know. Oh, so the Lions lost to the Seahawks. Okay, cool. Is any given Sunday, in the words of
Sacrifice.
as Uncle Charles, it's any given Sunday. And we got the Lions on our schedule, don't we? We play the Lions somewhere down the line. Controversial lost walk-off touchdown. Okay. But we've seen these type of things happening before, where they will say something, and then when we play them, and all of a sudden we get the dub, then they say, oh, man, it's just the Lions, man. The Lions always start off fast, but it's how they finish, Oh, man, it's just the Lions, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh, my, Because that was even the storyline last year. Who remember that? I think we played the Lions last year, and we beat them. And I know it got down to a situation that my guy popped him in the mouth, and he fumbled at the 1, and we scooped it up. But I don't see the Lions no different. Yeah, they starting off good, but it's about how you finish. It's about how you finish. So now dude is in his feelings so much that he's willing to say, hey, man, I just want the Cowboys to lose. He's taking it personal. Talking about he ain't media, but he is media. Let me hear it one more time.
Dusty, I hope the Eagles crush the Cowboys. I'm just anti-Cowboys.
Well, I mean, but hold on.
Anti-Cowboy.
Because of this?
Are the Cowboys as good as the Lions? I'm starting to get like a little bit annoyed. Sorry, I don't want to do it on national television.
Wow.
I don't want to do it on national television. Come on, man. We're going to shoot all of that down. You're going to shoot all of that down. Because there you go. We haven't done anything. We only responded to what people said to us. We 9 times out of 10 fight each other There are more Cowboy fans that cry about our coaching staff, cry about our long stay as it relates to droughts, cry about the quarterback. He ain't this and ain't that. There are more and more people who will lift and elevate Justin Herbert than our own quarterback. What's Herb? He have a better arm. He's smart. He can read. He can write. He's 6'5.5". He's 27 and 27. People will trade that any day. People will literally take, give me that. Give me 27 and 27. Give me no playoff victories because it's still the same. People would take that any day, every day, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. And nobody is really.
You think it's small. We need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big. You need to be thinking big. Think big.
Nobody want to think big over here. Everybody want to think small. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. and shout out to the Eagles or what have you for what they did during the offseason and what they're trying to do now. And reports saying that Smitty is not practicing. Of course, Lane Johnson, he's not able to practice. And they went and got Julio. And there's not an Eagle fan that don't know Law Nation because they jump over here every single time they get a chance to tell me some nonsense about them. You know what I'm saying? And I just minding my own business, They look, somebody on the Facebook was saying, hey, man, it's a shame that we can't even have our own podcast to ourselves. Because there's a bunch of Eagle fans up in here trying to suck off any information that they can. You know what I'm saying? That's what they like to do. That's exactly what they like to do. Suck off any information they can. Unfortunately, Shout out to y'all that's watching and tuning in. Appreciate everybody for being part of this. Got a super chat. It's not populating here yet, but it's going to jump off in a few. But once again, we will read that super chat. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, everybody, for being part of this. Yeah, call them Slurpees, slurp action. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's go into the details of my guy, Brian Baldinger. Let's look at some film. I love his analysis. I love his breakdown here. And let's pull this up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you guys can see this right quick. We're going to pull this up right quick.
Let's take a brief sequence at the struggles of this Chargers offense. Keenan Allen's in the backfield for a reason. It's 2nd and 8. The play's for him. And you'll see as soon as Justin Herbert gets the snap, he's looking right for him. Now, he gets off it. Why does he get off it? Well, one, that's Micah Parsons coming. All right, so that's one. Now he moves. All right, so here he comes. Now he's looking for his secondary receiver, and he's got Gerald Everett. Except Everett kind of slows up, and Justin Herbert doesn't quite get it to him.
That's
but here's the
bullshit.
play.
No.
The secondary, now he moves.
Hey, if I'm paying this man $250 million, he's supposed to be able to make that throw right there. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be able to make that one now. Come on, man. He got to make that throw, ladies and gentlemen. He got to make that one.
All right, so here he comes. Now he's looking for his secondary receiver, and he's got Gerald Everett. Except Everett kind of slows up, and Justin Herbert doesn't quite get it to him. But here's the play. Here's Keenan Allen, and this is why Justin Herbert gets off it. To his credit, he reads the defense perfect. Dallas is setting the trap right there. Deron Bland, if he throws it to Keenan Allen, Deron Bland's going to pick it, so he gets off it. But watch the timing here between him and Everett. Everett kind of slows up, and he misses it, and that's the reaction. So they go to 3rd and 8. So here's the play. All right, it's 3rd and 8. They got to get to the 34-yard line. That's exactly where Justin Herbert's thrown it, to the 34-yard line. But Keenan Allen's at the 32-yard line. And the ball bounces off the turf.
No.
Just isn't there in this offense
No. That's an underthrown pass, man. That's an underthrown pass.
3rd and 8. They got to get to.
It's an out route. You know what I'm saying? He gotta stamp his feet inside, drive through. There's no pressure. He's supposed to be able to get that ball to the outside shoulder so that can be a completion. If I'm paying a quarterback if I'm paying a quarterback $250 million, he's supposed to be able to make that play. Now, come on, man. Look, that's wee-woo analysis, man. Come on. That's an out route. We all know stomp your feet, climb the pocket, hit that ball into the outside shoulder, not the inside. That's what he's supposed to be. That's what's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what's supposed to happen. Don't peel us off from that. You know what I'm saying?
To the 34-yard line. That's exactly
that ball
where
skipped the ground.
Justin Herbert's thrown it, to the 34-yard line. But Keenan Allen's at the 32-yard line.
No.
And the ball bounces off the turf.
Bullshit.
The timing just isn't there in this offense right now in a lot of different ways. And you got to ask yourself why.
Why? That ball skipped. Come on, man. Did y'all look, we're gonna rewind it one more time. Rewind it one more time to about right here. What that ball supposed to be? Should it be in the inside or the outside?
So here's the play. All right, it's 3rd and 8. They got to get to the 34-yard line. That's exactly where Justin Herbert's thrown it, to the 34-yard line. But Keenan Allen's at the 32-yard line. And the ball bounces off the turf.
Man, get out
of
here.
Timing just isn't there in this offense right now.
Boy,
in a lot of different...
I tell you. Let Ford do that. Shoot. Boy, y'all have been riding. Y'all have been having your pitchforks out. Y'all have been saying trash, Lord. Come on, man. That wide receiver was open, man. How he can't get the ball to the outside and toward the outer boundary? Why that ball? He had no pressure on him. That boy had no pressure on him. Had a clean pocket. And you mean to tell me for $250 million, that's all I get? That's what we paying for now?
Everybody runs this play, toss crack. Herbert's going to toss it there to Eckler. This is the key block. Like, watch Tank Lawrence defeat this block. You defeat this block, you defeat the play. That's exactly what you do. You spin on contact, and then you run like your life depends on it. You go make the tackle. If you don't do what Tank does, and you stay blocked like a lot of ends do, then watch what you get. You get Pipkins out here, you get Sawyer out there, and you get a soft edge. And you're down the field for 10, 12 yards. But Tank defeats the block.
Get over
and that's
here.
why the play doesn't work. You get 2.5 yards. That's the way you do it. It comes down to fundamentals and techniques. On every single play, Tank just demonstrated the right technique.
I got Tank Law out there with the proper technique, eyes downfield, not having a long conversation with the blocker, right? Sees pivot, spins off of that, you know. And shout out to Coach B-Tuck. That's the separation that you look for. Those are the things that you want your edge rusher to do. They graded him the highest edge rusher this past week with a 90-something, you know. That is what you like to see over there. And my guy Parsons was in the mix, and, of course, Bell. So we love seeing that from our D-line guys, you know what I'm saying? Let's go Let's listen to this one right here. Appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in and being part of this. Shout out to Brian Baldinger, though, you know.
A big story last night. Kellen Moore, Dan Quinn, they know each other well, right?
They do.
So look at what the Cowboys are.
Pay attention to 14, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to point it out. Which gap he's going to run through. He's going to run through A gap or B gap. Y'all pay attention to this, man. Appreciate y'all so much for jumping in and being part of this episode. Come on.
A big story last night. Kellen Moore, Dan Quinn, they know each other well, right? So look at what the Cowboys are doing against 3 tight ends. They're lining up with 4 safeties. Donovan Wilson, Marquise Bell. All right, Jalen Kearse, and there's Malik Hooker. 4 safeties. Chargers going to run right at him, all right? Right here, like there's no way that you shouldn't run the ball right down their throats here. Except Dan Quinn saying our athletes are better than your athletes, and our speed, and Marquise Bell makes the play. So then you go 3rd and 2 after a Cowboy penalty. And now with 1 fewer tight end, Kearse goes off the field. But there's their 2 safeties. All right, there's Donovan Wilson and Marquise Bell.
A little bit more speed.
And look at the indecision that the Chargers have. Zion Johnson doesn't know who to block. Well, as soon as you are indecisive, here comes Donovan Wilson knifing in and Marquise Bell finishing you off. And there they are. They didn't gain 6 inches on 2 runs right at them.
Couldn't gain 6 inches, y'all. And when we see that, you got to have a linebacker who's willing to go downhill to make that move, to make that play. Downhill to make that move, to make that play. You can't make that play thinking about it. You can't make that play thinking about it. You see that this A gap, these are both A gaps.
So look,
you got both A gaps, this B gap, that's C, and of course C, C is forever. So you seeing double A gap right here. This guy right here is no more than 215, 220, give or take. This guy right here, the center, got to be right around 315, 3. He's a big boy. He's a real big boy. You know what I'm saying? So my guy got to shoot through there. He can't be, slow until you know. At some point, you got to know, right? And you got to shoot through there. You got to. You can't play around with your food. And you got to be able to have recognitions of what your assignment is. He can lollygag and wait right here and say, well, I'm just going to let the play formulate, and I can attack the edges. He can do that too and allow 99 and whoever this is right here, I can't see his jersey number, to take care of business.
Look at what the Cowboys are doing against 3 tight ends. They're lining up with 4.
Look at that spacing right here. They got Law right there. You know what I'm saying? He can sit back and wait, but he attack it, ladies and gentlemen. Attack the gap.
Safeties, Donovan Wilson, Marquise Bell. All right, Jalen Curse, and there's Malik Hooker. 4 safeties.
Is that a Hank right there? Who that is right there? Y'all help me out.
Chargers going to run right at him, all right? Right here, there's no way that you shouldn't run the ball right down their throats here, except Dan Quinn.
So they did a wedge right here. That's A gap right here. He going to shoot through there. He shoot
saying our athletes are better than you.
Read them. Now, when we talk about pad levels, he can allow this guy to engage, but one of the things we teach guys to do is disengage. Make sure you swipe away the hands. You faster than him. You should be more nimble. Get to the point of contact. Don't be sitting back. Beat your feet. Slow feet. Don't what? Slow feet don't what? Can y'all put that down in the chat? Slow feet don't eat. Come on.
Are better than.
Look at, and if you're reaching, I'm teaching. It's too late, baby. And then your weight distribution. It don't matter how big all of this is. The arms ain't no more than what? 30 pounds a piece. You know what I'm saying? The arms ain't that heavy. I can scoop around there, disengage, bend, get skinny. We call that getting skinny. And get to the runner and make the runner pay. Make them pay. Don't push them. Make them pay. Yeah, get
and
there.
Our speed and Marquise Bell makes the play. So then you go 3rd and 2.
That was Osa.
Cowboy penalty. And now with 1 fewer tight end, Curse goes off the field. But there's their 2 safeties. All right, there's Donovan Wilson and Marquise Bell. And look at the indecision that the Chargers have. Zion Johnson doesn't know who to block. Well, as soon as you are indecisive, here comes Donovan Wilson knifing in and Marquise Bell finishing you off. And there they are. They didn't gain 6 inches.
You just wanted to put that in there. Yes, indeed. So that's what you're supposed to do. Get there. Make them pay. All right, so let's talk about this one. He did a great job of pointing out this and getting things going the best way possible. Let's go.
This is 4th and 1 in a 10-7 game halfway through the 3rd quarter. Justin Herbert, will he go for a quarterback sneak against that front? No. So let's watch the Cowboys and how they defend this play. There's Keenan Allen. That's where it's supposed to go. But the Cowboys know that. This is excellent defense on every level. 4th and 1, you get a boot to the right here, and they're going to double Keenan Allen.
Smart
so there's
choice.
no place right here for Justin Herbert to go to his number 1 receiver. Here's number 2, Austin Eckler, and Jordan Lewis is sitting right on top of it. He's got to get to the 6-yard line. Justin Herbert doesn't like that. So now on the backside, he's got Josh.
Hey, smooth right here. Smooth right here. He got great eye discipline. He didn't take the eye candy. Watch what he do right here. He messed Herb up right here by him being patient and not over pursuing. Smooth messed Herb all the way up. Remember the LOS, all they need is a yard, right? Smooth right here. Shoot.
Like that. So
Took
now
all that away. And then my guy right here, shoot. On that man like a cheap suit.
Backside, he's got Josh Palmer on this drag. And this is where the Cowboys defense is excellent. Deron Bland is in coverage here. Like, he doesn't go to sleep. He plasters Josh Palmer all the way. Mm-hmm. And then when Justin Herbert.
Look at that recovery right here. Got the window, got the cushion, should be a touchdown, but watch Bland.
Herbert realized that's his only option. Deron Bland defends the play. I mean, it's just great all-around defense.
That's Bland giving you inside.
He's got to get to the 6-yard line.
Inside
Justin Herbert doesn't like that. So now on the backside, he's got Josh Palmer on this drag. And this is where the Cowboys defense is excellent. Deron Bland is in coverage here.
Look at
like,
that coverage.
He doesn't go to sleep. He plasters Josh Palmer all the way.
Watch, he lit up. He lit up right there. Yeah.
Justin Herbert realizes that's his only option. Deron Bland defends the play.
Man, he lit up just a little bit. Bland, I'm telling you, Bland be baiting people in. Now he didn't bait my guy in on that double move, but on sticky coverage, when it's diagonal, Bland bait you a little bit. He'll give you that little cushion. That's a man that trusts his vision. He trusts his reads. He trusts himself, man. You know what I'm saying? So that is exactly what I like to see right here.
In the Chargers playbook, they had 2 1st and 10 plays where they got Keenan Allen matched up on Deron Bland, and he beat him with a double move both times. That's a 7-7 game. Maybe this whole game is different. Like, here it is again. This time they motion from the bunch formation.
We played this one
in
the
the
other day.
4th quarter. Chargers down 17-10. Here comes Keenan Allen, their star player, and here he is matched up on Deron Bland. And he does that out and up, and they miss him.
Hey, he got my guy in a blender, right? I didn't know Bland was short for blender, man. Watch how he did my dude up, man. Keenan Allen is a beast, though.
It's different.
You know, watch this again.
Like, here it is again. This time they motion from the bunch formation in the 4th quarter. Chargers down 17-10.
And they trust Bland,
here comes
too.
Keenan Allen.
No help over the top.
Their star player, and here he is matched up on Deron Bland. And he does that out and up, and they miss him. You look at this 20-17 loss to the Cowboys, and Cowboys defense played great. But Keenan Allen knows.
You got to clear that up.
Justin Herbert knows. They got to get at least one of those.
Man, look how, boy, man, he done gave all type of cushion for Herb missing that throw right there. Herb didn't have pressure to face. Herb had that dude wide open, and he tried to throw it to the future. You know what I'm saying? He threw that ball so far that we were playing Monday night. He threw that ball into Tuesday night. Come on, watch this again, man. Man, my dude done chopped up my guy so bad. Watch it now.
They had 2 1st and 10 plays where they got Keenan Allen matched up on Deron Bland, and he beat him with a double move both times. That's a 7-7 game. Maybe this whole game is different. Like, here it is again. This time they motion from the bunch formation in the 4th quarter. Chargers down 17-10. Here comes Keenan Allen, their star player,
down that way,
and here
though.
he is matched up on Deron Bland. And he does that out and up, and they miss him. Now you look at this 20-17 loss to the Cowboys.
Man, you can't, you soften that Brian Baldinger. Brian Baldinger, man, laid that one up so soft for him. You know what I'm saying?
Micah didn't have a whole lot of heavy lifting to do on Monday night for this win. A lot of other guys played well. But he just kept coming on the right tackle. Right there, they actually call the holding call. He doesn't get many of those, but they will pull the flag out and throw it. And then Monday night just seems like a good night for bowling.
Watch this again. Watch how late that holding call
Micah
is.
didn't have a
Watch
whole
how
lot of
late
heavy
that
lifting
call
to
is.
do
Watch.
on Monday night for this win. A lot of other guys played well. But he just kept
held
coming
right
on the
here.
right tackle. Right there, they actually call the holding call. He doesn't get many of those, but they will pull the flag out and throw it. And then Monday night just seems like a good night for bowling. Like, just get a bunch of your friends, Eckler and Clapp, and then just knock them all down. Knock all the pins down. All right? Like, he was coming. Like, these rushes, like, sometimes you just got to bulldoze your way through to the quarterback. Like, it was all setting up. Now, even though you win the rush, you don't necessarily win the play. Keenan Allen still gets the ball. But, like, they're trying to throw this little bubble screen to Keenan Allen, and there's the MPP right in the way. Like, so what does Herbert do? Got to pull the ball down and go run with it. He was getting close and close and close. And then sometimes you just win like this, like instantly. And it all sets up this. Second and 2, 2 minutes to go in the game. He lines up over the right guard for the first time all night. It's time to close out the game. That's exactly what it is. It's closing time. It's time to put the kids to bed. It's time to put the Chargers to bed. It's time to put the quarterback down. And watch. He's going to check his watch right here. Closing time. That's
exactly what he did right there, man. Ooh, wee boy. I think I got one more, man. We got one more. And then we got 2 more clips. We got 2 more clips. Y'all good? Are y'all good over here? Are y'all Gucci? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all Gucci? You know, because, you know, I missed my restream a little bit, so I can't really put the comments on the screen like I used to. But appreciate y'all, man. Where's Kurt Warner critiques QB study videos outside of Dak? You know, Kurt Warner know who buttered the bread over there. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Oh, y'all love it, man. Shout out to you, Troy Moore. Appreciate you, Lynch. Appreciate y'all, man. If y'all can, there's a heart button. Can you press that heart button if you like what you're seeing on the YouTube side? And if you're on the Facebook side, you already know. Hit that heart button over there. If you like that, keep the engagement up. And we're going to keep things going over here. I know I'm normally not live around this time, right? Y'all family members might be eating your oodles and noodles. Y'all might be getting ready to watch your favorite show on TV. But, hey, shout out to the Rewind Squad, too, man. For those who are out there that's going to rewatch this in the morning time, I appreciate y'all so much, man. And I thank y'all for all of the hearts and the 100s that y'all putting out there, man. I love it. I love it. I love when I see those hearts out there, man. Appreciate y'all so much. And this is a testament, too, of always trying to figure out things to continue to go. So, yeah, let's pull up this next clip, if I may. And let's go, Cowboy Nation. Got 2 more clips from Brian Baldinger. It's really good. And I try to, whatever he do, you know, I will point out some of the things that I see. But most of the important thing is I agree with most of the things that he say, right? So I encourage you guys to do the same. Go over his page and just listen.
When you hear that Dak Prescott ran for an 18-yard touchdown, you have to kind of go back and watch what happened. It's 4th and 1. Great play call.
4th and 1.
By Mike McCarthy here. It's a fake counter tray left, quarterback keeper, with a CD Lamb motion. So here's the fake right here.
Yeah.
Here goes Martin. There goes Steele. Now, it's man coverage all the way.
Yep.
All right.
So
somebody's got CD, but not both. Somebody's got the quarterback. Who is it? Like, that communication error, Dak Prescott's dancing into the end zone.
I said this, and somebody brought that to my attention against the Cards game, right? And I think it could have been Marv or it could have been Cowboys Sports Report in charge. You know, shout out to you by Charles in charge. Appreciate you. If somebody, y'all let me know if you still here. And y'all was saying basically, man, Dak had those touchdowns in the Cards game. And then I went back to look at the Cards game, and when they did that play, I said, come on, Dak. You don't even have to save them, man. You got to use that one, man. You got to use that one. He would have been able to walk in. I'm thinking somebody's grandmother that's in the wheelchair would have been able to roll in. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody like, man, Dak ain't going to run that. Dak ain't going to hold the ball. He's still worried about his ankle. He had at least two touchdowns in that Cards game. If he'd have just kept it himself. And there were some games this year, even though we won, we were like, man, if Dak fool around and keep one, you know what I'm saying? You heard me? If he'd just keep one, just keep a few of them, right? And sometimes, look, I get it. We don't want no injury to the quarterback or no brutal hit. But, dog, you big enough to, hey, when you see danger, just dive. Don't try to stiff arm him, because that's what happened when he tried to stiff arm Ryan Logan or Logan Ryan, whatever his name is, right? Paul Ryan or whatever his name is. But Paul Logan, Logan Ryan, whatever his name is for the Giants. He stiff armed Smooth, and he was so much bigger than him, right, that he jumped on his back and try to, what they do to clip him, hold him down and hold him and drop hip tackle, you know. So, hey, just dive. Or sometimes I don't even like when they slide, depending on where the defender at. Sometimes we be looking at it, just slide, dive. Don't have to always slide. Dive forward, you know. Lean forward just a little bit. And also, the outer boundary is right there. Just go ahead and get out of bounds. Get on out of bounds. That's one thing, one element that people like about Lamar Jackson, right? You know, I'm not saying that Dak is him, but what I can say is just run the ball like my guy Il Machine said. Just run it just a little bit, you know, and that will keep the opposition honest. You saw how smooth
strutting.
Let me see. Go back and rewind. Let's watch this play. Y'all ain't doing much, right? Right. Let's go watch this play one more time, and watch how smooth the next time you can do a play off of that, and next time you can keep the ball and throw it. You know. Because now you're manipulating the defense.
You kind of go back and watch what happened. It's 4th and 1. Great play call by Mike McCarthy here. It's a fake counter tray left, quarterback keeper, with a CD Lamb motion. So here's the fake right here. There goes Martin, there goes Steele. Now, it's man coverage all the way. All right, so somebody's got CD, but not both.
Look at these dudes right here. They wanted to stop the run so bad. Eye candy. Look at that eye candy right here. You know, so the next time you do that play, keep it in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Next time you do that play, he going to be way over here. He going to be like way over here. And then you can just hit it over to this dude right here, CD Lamb.
Somebody's got the quarterback. Who is it? Like, that communication error, Dak Prescott's dancing into the end zone, strutting into the end zone. Like, that just can't, like, you can just see, like, that's a communication breakdown.
Yes, indeed. Even the better teams in the National Football League have those communication breakdowns. All right, so this is the last one here, and let's go. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Listen to this.
This is the first play of the fourth quarter, 10-10 game. Chargers got Dak and the Cowboys backed up on 3rd and 11. Tony Pollard's going to hide in there. He's going to try and help out in protection right here. They got 4 good pass rushers up there. Bosa and Mack and Tui Pelotu. And Dak right here, it looks like it's over. And then Dak does this little Houdini act right here. And he just gets out, and he's always trying to do is, anybody open? Anybody trying to get open? Oh, yeah, there's Tony Pollard. He gets it to Pollard.
Yeah.
This is almost inexcusable. I mean, he breaks his tackle. And right here, CD tells the whole world.
It's touchdown.
He's gone.
It's gone. But CD
Chargers let up. Pollard went 60, set up the Cowboys touchdown right there. That's a
real good play. But CD, I need for you to get back on offense and block somebody, stop somebody. You know what I'm saying? 13, you got to block a little bit better.
Great play by.
But it's a great play. Let's watch this play again. This play right here won me $100 on Prize Picks, man, and you guys can do the same. Click the link that's in the description box, and selfish plug, by the way. But you guys can do the same. Click that link and join Prize Picks, and we turn $20 into $100 just off of this play right here was added to. Watch this game.
This is the first play of the fourth quarter. 10-10 game. Chargers got Dak and the Cowboys backed up on 3rd and 11. Tony Pollard's going to hide in there. He's going to try and help out in protection right here. They got 4 good pass rushers up there.
Chip and release.
Osa and Mack and Chewy Pelotu. And Dak right here, it looks like it's over. Yeah. And then Dak does this little Houdini act right here. Yeah. And he just gets out, and he's always trying to do is, anybody open? Anybody trying to get open? Oh, yeah, there's Tony Pollard. He gets it to Pollard. It was almost inexcusable. I mean, he breaks his tackle. And right here, CD tells the whole world, he's gone.
He's gone.
Chargers let up. Pollard went 60, set up the Cowboys touchdown.
That's good hustle.
That's a great play by Dak. Horrible play by the Chargers.
Good hustle play, too, by the dude right there that was able to get in there, slow it down just a little bit, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I think that, as much as we talk about this, if Dak Prescott can continue to use his legs, play off script a little bit, then we'll see some of those rewards there that he should be granting, out there on the field. If he just play a little bit more looser. And I can't use that statement that I made the week before that and the week before that Dak Prescott pretty much played the game like he got mom and them in the passenger seat or the backseat driver, backseat passenger driver. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard of that? Backseat drivers, people like, hey, man, hey, slow down a little bit. Hey, can you speed it up a little bit? Hey, you turn right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, on Malcolm Street. We're going to Malcolm Street, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to get off on John Evers or something, So those people, man, sometimes you just want to drive the whip the way you want to drive it. And then Dak Prescott looked that way. He looked like, somebody else helping him drive. And he still looked like that a little bit in this pass game. Drive the car, Dak. That's what we're looking for, Because if you want one of those $250 million contracts, you're going to have to drive the car yourself. You know what I'm saying? All right, so my guy, 100 Grand, sent me this on Instagram. And I tell people all the time, man, if you guys can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, and if it's a clip that you want me to go over and review, I'll do that, man. I'll listen to what those boys have to say. And he told me to go to this clip and fast forward to the 27-minute marker. And we're going to do that for my guy, 100 Grand. Appreciate him, man. So the 27 marker, I haven't heard it yet. Let's go right here.
By eating in Tyler's trap by Tyne on, I think everybody saw that. Could be scheme related. It could be, with your play caller. Could be that your guys just aren't good enough up front to maybe get some of this jobs done, what they're asking them to do. I'm going to go through some of these plays, and you tell me if you can hear a common theme of what's going on here, okay? Took all of Tony Pollard's runs, all of Rico Dowdle's runs. Just going to tell me, is there a theme that you hear here? You ready?
Audio straight. Can y'all hear it?
Here we go. Right off the jump. Tyron Smith gets beat inside, loses sustain on.
Well, let me give y'all some context to it, too. This is Brian Broaddus, not Brian Baldinger, but Brian Broaddus on 105.3 The Fan, discussing Dak Prescott and the offensive line and the offense in general. So this is him talking. So let's listen. Tuilopo. Man, Polynesian name. All of those Polynesian names always give us fits, man. Whenever we play those guys, So when we play against the L.A. Rams, I'm gonna look up and see if they got any of those guys with the Polynesian name or Hawaiian. No offense to their culture, but man, them dudes always tear us up, man. They always make plays, man.
Is right on that first play, gain of 1. Ferguson gets compressed at the point. Tyler Smith pulls for kick out. McEwen pulling as well. Can't get inside to handle Murray, who makes the tackle. Gain of 3. Flip lefts. Ferguson pins Mack inside. Tyron Smith out in space. Tolbert gets enough of Kendrick for the play to work. Gain of 7. Clean trap by Tyler Smith. Biotish and Martin, nice combo blocks. Play hits where it should. Gain of 5. 13 personnel. That's 3 tight ends, 1 back. dive play that bounces outside. No movement across the line. Ferguson gets overpowered by Mack for the stop. Gain of 1. Good combo between Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith. Martin pulls to secure Murray. Ferguson tries to cut off Tuilopo, who closes the hole. Gain of 3. One too many guys in the box. 6 versus 7. Tyler Smith pulls to the right. Taylor and Kendricks waiting in the hole. Smith chooses to block Taylor while Kendricks makes the tackle. Gain of 2. Counter right. Schoonmaker cleans up Johnson at the point. Tyler Smith and McEwen both pull. Smith kicks out man. McEwen doesn't see the run-through of Murray. Is able to get behind him. Nice read. Finish on the play. Loss of 2. Counter left. Biotish misses Joseph Day on the back block. Ferguson gets compressed by Tuilopo. Martin with the kick out on Steele, Martin on the kick out, but Steele gets knocked down in the hole. Gain of 2.
Dang.
Tuilopo shoots the inside of Tyler Smith, who's trying to reach him. Pollard can't avoid. Gain of 1. Prescott under center. Tyler Smith and Biotish both whiff on their blocks. Loss of 2. Outside run. Nice job by Biotish, Martin, and Steele, all getting blocks on the right side. Steele loses late, but Pollard around the corner. Lamb gets called for holding. It was clear. Hands outside for control. Gain of 9. Penalty on Lamb for holding. Loss of 10. Lamb tight wing left. He and Tyron Smith both go for James, leaving Bosa unblocked. Slides inside for the easy tackle. Gain of 1. Tyler Smith pulls, gets to second level. Ferguson gets his cut off. Martin and Steele good on the combo block. Gain of 4. Once again, here we go. 13 personnel, 3 tight ends, 1 back.
Man, he reading the whole doggone transcript. Let's go. We're going to let Brian Broaddus cook.
Schoonmaker gets beat inside. Tyler Smith and McEwen pull to the right. McEwen again gets knocked off his path.
Damn.
Joseph Day and Kendricks right there for the tackle. No gain. Great job across the board. Ferguson seals backside and Dowdle sees the hole. Turpin is able to work inside and gets a really good block on Taylor for some extra yards. Gain of 7. Trap right. Tyler Smith pulls to his right. Tyron Smith tries to cut off Kendricks, who beats him to the ball. Prescott makes the right decision to hand the ball off with Joey Bosa waiting right there if he pulled it. Gain of 4. Off tackle right. Hunter Lipke misses Bosa. Tyler Smith tries to clean it up, but not successful. Bosa makes the tackle at the point. Gain of 1. Those were your runs in that football game last night with your backs.
Before he go, because I haven't heard this, Turpin blocking is so crazy. Yeah, above average. Yeah, that is crazy. My thoughts is, we talk about this offense in general with new offensive coordinator, right? With the offensive coordinator gone. But we talked about this a little bit last night on the Final Word. I asked the OC, are we regressing in a sense with the offensive line? I'm not a big advocate of Joe Philbin, but let me know in the chat, are you guys team Mike Solari? Are you guys team Mike Solari from what the principles of this offensive line is under him? Or is it going to take a little time? Because this is the second time this offensive front play together. So should we wait for 3 games before we make that judgment? Or is it still too soon? Is it still too soon? Now, although Tyler Smith haven't allowed a sack yet, and he only allowed 2 pressures, but he's up right now at 6 or 7 penalties. That's almost going to be north of what he did his rookie year. James Simmons said it's too early. Kenneth says it's too soon. Jordy says too soon, Law. Big. So I'm gonna give them, let's say, we better have our stuff together by week 9, right? Oh, we play the Eagles week 9. So we got this bye week. We got the Rams week, which you're going to have to be really ready for number 99. And then we should be about ready week 9, week 10, right? It's still too soon. Okay. It's going to take time for them to get this new footing together, right? And I know it's a whole different concept. We're doing a lot of zone blocking. You know, we did power block scheme last year. And it's more of a zone block where we do stretch zone runs. We do stretch zone blocks. We got a person that's occupying a zone versus going out and just hitting folks. And we doing a lot of pulls, right? Where we seen so far that the people that we have on that front five, all one way or another had an ankle or a ham.
I wonder why. Why is that? I always say, and it's not always breakdowns of the guys like McEwen and others. Ferguson has a breakdown. Tyron Smith has a breakdown.
Biotish, you mentioned
Biotish has a breakdown right here.
And I was going to say, those are the ones you can live with where we had man-on-man.
Right.
Our guy just lost.
Yeah.
You can't live with it when the guy doesn't know his responsibility or the coach has the wrong guy doing the job. Those are like mental attention to detail.
Let me know if I'm still alive. I'm still alive. All right, so if you're frozen over here, just log out and come back in. Log out and come back in. All right, so y'all should be good to go. Yeah.
Things that player and coach are making things more difficult on. You should only fail when you just lost because you're not as good that play. You shouldn't fail because of lack of preparation or attention to detail.
Yeah, I think the intent of what they want to do is right. I think that there's these times where you would not expect these 5 guys to get physically beat, and they are getting beat.
Right. And what's that a sign of? You think age?
I think it's I don't know if I have a great answer for that. I think to me when it's not something like Tyler Smith is a young guy,
right?
And he's trying to pull and he's trying to clean up, or he's trying to get McEwen, young guy, trying to kind of I can't sit there and say now the thing with Tyron Smith.
The way he's breaking it down, which is good. This is just us listening to him, and this is just visual. Well, just verbal or audio versus visual, but it falls right in line. These guys on this pool scheme, or I call it zone schemes, whatever vernacular you guys want to use, it's kicking their tails. Even we seen some aha moments with Zach Martin. He may be not a full step, but a half of a step, kind of just trying to get back in rhythm himself. So the offensive line right now is very, very fickle, right? One day you're just like, man, damn, this offensive line look dominant. Then the other day, and then another day, this offensive line looking like they can't block nothing. They can't keep anything afloat, and the quarterback got to skirt, get out, and scramble, So these are things that we have been seeing that we didn't see for multiple games last year. Right, so for one way or another, like y'all said, we'll wait until after the bye. We'll wait till after the Rams game. But we got to be on good footings at least by the Eagles game because their front is similar to the 49ers front. Not saying that they are the same, but it's a whole lot similar. And not to overlook the LA Rams because they got one guy that can wreck the game real quickly, and his name is, Aaron Donald, So they're going to have to figure out things and get things going the best way possible. They do. They got to figure it out. We should be back, though, ladies and gentlemen. We should be back into the folds. Appreciate everybody, man. If y'all can, hit the like, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. I get it. All day today, man, I think people have been having issues with the services. And we trying to work this thing out. So if you guys can bear with me. One thing I did notice, too, that, once this stream is over with, all of the interruptions, it will be clear. So you can wait and watch it on rewind, and you get the full clearness without it being skippy and edgy, and scrapey. So with that being said, Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Appreciate those boys for that wonderful excerpt there of going over things.
When he's trying to cut off Murray, that's a little bit different by alignment of him, where he is a little bit to his inside.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyron Smith has lost a step trying.
He did lost a step a little bit. All right, so with that being said, let me
get that cutoff block inside.
Yeah.
But we've seen Zach Martin and Steele combo block and do things the right way. Yeah. We've seen them create space. They were running the ball to the side of where Martin and Steele were, and you saw what happened. Guys get compressed, guys over the top, guys running through. There used to be a time with those.
Used to be a time when those do work out for us. Appreciate you, Spock. Thank you for the super chat. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and do some of these super chats, and then
two would work together, and you would see some movement at the point of attack. But they 13 personnel. That's pretty much you're putting all those tight ends in the game to try and run the football.
Are they trying anything with their techniques that are different from last year with the new O-line coach?
It doesn't appear to me, I just you can't see anything. To me, I just noticed a lot more pulling go along than what we've normally seen. I mean, more of, hey, we're trying to trap or we're trying to get guys around. Where we said Arizona was pin and pull, where we talked about down, and around. Dallas is more like combo, push, and then try and get the puller.
So you got a lot of moving parts. It's a combination of things that Jerry was talking about last week on the air, and it's just not coordinated enough.
I don't think there's been a really good. To me, the physicality part is the biggest thing. I like what they're trying to do. Now, people say, well, they're trying to run the ball inside. No, they're really trying to get the ball out on the edge a little bit. Yep. They're trying to find a way to get pullers around and kick it gives space. The ball not when they've been running the ball just inside straight. It's like it's like, okay, let's just line up with with 12%. I'll just try and run straight ahead.
That stretch zone run concept, that stretch zone theory there, and we see that, and that's the same old offense that, believe it or not, that Kyle Shanahan ran, at his stay with the 49ers and the Denver Broncos, and Kyle Shanahan, not Kyle Shanahan. What's Kyle Shanahan's father's name? Y'all let me know. Hit me out. His name is the tip of my tongue. So that's the same thing that he did in Washington and everything. The Shanahan's offense, basically. Stretch, zone, run concept, those type of principles of where's Mike Shanahan, appreciate y'all. Mike Shanahan, this is the exact same concept, Look up the 97, 98 Broncos. You would say, hey, that's the play right there that they're trying to do. It's just that, do we have a Terrell Davis, right? And then if you look at what the Washington team tried to do with Mike Shanahan when he was there. So, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with these offensive line. It want athletic, strong, physical offensive linemen that can get out in space, move some things. So when you have offensive linemen that were used to a certain thing last year, you would see some droppage. Now, granted, like y'all said, let's give these guys a little grace. Let's give them a little mercy here. And you would see, these guys somewhere around, mid-November, late November to be on the same page.
Struggling to come back from injury. Martin is the worst version of himself right now that we've ever seen in a Cowboys uniform.
Because
isn't strong enough. Tyler Smith just isn't good enough. He does some things well, but man-to-man, when it's about to be the moment of impact, how good you are reading what the opponent is doing and squaring him up and knocking him on his ass. Yeah. He ain't good at that, and Tyron's old.
Well, I'm more likely to give Tyler Smith a pass on certain things because I think he's naturally a tackle. I don't think he's a guard. I'm sorry. That's just me. I think he's a left tackle. Where you could use his athletic ability and his strength and all that. Inside there, it's kind of not always clean for him. They're pulling, and he's kind of, he's trying to kind of figure out, okay, who am I supposed to get? But you got these tight ends that are getting compressed. You're getting, Ferguson getting driven back. He's trying to block. They can't get any push at where they need to,
Yeah, he can't get any push. But if you look right here at his penalties, man, when he get beat, he's not allowing the quarterback to get creamed, of course, which is good. So he's going to hold on some cloth, and he's been having some mental lapse as far as false starts too. But Tyler, I like this 0 column right here, though, and he's been grading out pretty good on run block, not that well in pass block situation. So he allowed only 2 pressures, 0 hits allowed, which is cool to me, and no hits allowed. So 0 sacks, 0 hits, just only 2 pressures, and that is good. But let me show you what he did last year. Last year, he had 13 penalties. That was for the full year. He missed what? How many games Tyler Smith missed? He's on pace now to having more than 13 penalties, ladies and gentlemen. He's on pace for having more than that. And, of course, 2 different roles, I think, because he played primarily on the outside a little bit more last year than the inside, right? Was that the case right there last year? Y'all help me out. So the Cowboys, we're going to have to work this out and get things going the best way possible. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Coach is messing that up. Yeah. Got to keep those penalties down. Yes, he missed 0 games last year. Salute, Spock. Let me read y'all super chats, and I thank y'all so much. Shout out to you, D Woods, for being a member for 19 months, man. Good. That's a good vibe right there. Appreciate you. Pee Wee with the dreads. Appreciate you, man. He says they stay hating on Cowboys. We never said we was the best. All we said we was give them the same criticism to other teams like the Eagles. That Jets game must really hurt Philly feelings because they signed Julio. Yes, indeed. So the Julio signing is good on paper. Julio, and as I said before, man, and this is no shade at Julio. Julio Jones, let me pull him up, and we all going to take a look at this for what he did in the last few years. He didn't do nothing this season, but this was last season, 43 targets, 24 receptions. That's only catching about 50% of your passes there, 299 yards and 2 tubs, right? So in Julio, throughout his career, he never been a red zone target, right? Believe it or not. That's why when we were saying basically, I would have been more worried about a sign if all of a sudden I hear this news. The Philadelphia Eagles signed Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Juxtaposed to Julio right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Somebody going to be yelling out Cap. But, Julio is 34 years of age, man. This is what he did in 2021, 31 receptions, 46 targets, 31 receptions, 434 yards, 1 tub, right? And then in 2020, of course, it was a pandemic year, and that was him playing the full season there. So it is what it is. The last time we saw Julio doing Julio things were probably back in 2019, 18, before people were wearing masks and stuff like that. Jerry Jeudy. Yeah, if the Eagles would sign Jerry Jeudy, that would have been like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Jerry Jeudy, he just need just a different scenery. I still believe that Jerry Jeudy can get some things done. It's just that he's, in the wrong area, man. Something about Denver. All right, ACL 13. Is that Michael Gallup 13, bro? Shout out to you for the $5 super chat, man. He says Detroit has won a playoff game. Detroit has not won a playoff game in 32 years. Why do they keep mentioning the Cowboys, but ignoring other franchise histories? You know what I'm saying? All right, trade for Surtain. I'm right behind you, fam. I'm right beside you, and I'm in front of you. You know what I'm saying? I like the ideal if we go out there and get a Patrick Surtain. But he's probably the only hope that the Denver is leaning on. But when they start fire selling, we got 12 days, I believe, before the end of the trade deadline. Make something shake. Sanjay says, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Cowboys should trade for defensive tackle Jeff Simmons, shout out to Mississippi State, and sign fullback Fournette. If the Cowboys are serious, Sanjay, they would do something like that, right? But right now, let me see what Jeff doing, man. Let me see what he doing over there because I like dog. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Can't spell today. God dog, I messed that dude's name up altogether. But hey, he got there. He already got 3 sacks. Good Lord, all right. And that's what he did last year. 8. And this is from the interior. He's an interior defensive tackle dude. You know, he can move earth out the way. You know what I'm saying? Are they on a fire sale yet? What's the record? Can somebody give me the shortcut? What's the record for the Titans? What's the record for the Titans right now, ladies and gentlemen? They probably have to lose some more games. I don't know the records for the Titans. 2-4, they lose one more game, maybe they go on a fire sale, you know. But before I look at that, let me see what Osa is doing. Let me see what Osa is doing right now. I don't know in a second. So he got 3-2. It's just 2 different variations of 3s, though, because this is a 3 tech. Jeff can play 1 and 3. You know what I'm saying? 1 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Titans always start off slow, though. This is for my guy, Jay Recruiter. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Let me go to the other half of that super chat. He says, also signed running back Leonard Fournette. Yeah. Let Big Lenny run it, you know. That would be nice for a playoff run. You just get somebody that you ain't mind being that bulldozer guy who got some playoff experience and also done lifted up a Lombardi trophy. You know, I would love for the Cowboys to make a move like that. Spock, can you save me? Appreciate you. You heard the guy from 105.3 The Fan wanting Dak to get hurt. You got this come on, man, button from him. You know, yeah, I got to come on, man. I forgot his name. Y'all can put it down in the chat. I think his name is Mike something too, but, you know.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yes, it did. We got another super chat from 3 of me for $1.99. Says they should be good after the bye week, and he's speaking in reference to the team as well as the offensive line. We get this offensive line straight. Maybe I won't be banging on the table so much for another running back. But our running game been very explosive, running it, bouncing it out to the outside. If we doing a lot of these zone block schemes where we trying to bounce to the outside, get to the outside, stretch to the outside, then that's cool. But this shotgun halfback run, you know, it's not really working for us right now. And then the keeper, you know, what Dak is doing with that shotgun play, you're going to have to keep it some more to make the defense play honest. Trix says, not sure about Simmons, but the Titans are trading Henry, apparently. To who? To who? That's 100 right there. Give you some 100s off of that one. To who? Who are they trading that to? Chris214 says, how do you feel about RPOs? We just need to do a little bit more and keep the opposition honest. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all so much for jumping in. What we're going to do is we're going to take 5 calls because it's 7:30, well, 7:20. We'll take about 5 or 6 calls, man. So the first 5 or 6 people jump in, get in. I'm testing it out, too. Salute to Prize Picks, by the way. 657-390-7391. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Do me a huge favor. Select the information down below that states
3 participants.
Prize Picks.
All participants are muted.
And get things going from there.
Son of God, not a son of sin. Keep it off the books and keep it
Come on.
It's the OFC what I'm coming in. The inside caramel just like 100 grand.
Call my phone, hit my line. Come on. All right, so we got the first caller from the 951. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
What's up, my brother? First of all, I appreciate what you do. You're the man. You do your research.
Appreciate it.
And I appreciate that. Calling from California, so check this out, man. Look at here. that offensive line just needs a little bit of time to get their mojo down. They're going to get in sync.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to get in line with this offense that this coach got going on, right? But my problem is you're not utilizing this fullback that you got. If you're going to use this type of offense and you're going to be more run, I get it. Run the ball.
Right.
If with this offense the way it is and this line trying to get in sync, you need to utilize that fullback. Just like earlier when you in that last game against the Chargers, you could have used that fullback when we were close, in the red zone.
Okay. I thought you were going to talk about the tush push.
Man,
play.
They should have, and I agree with you. They should have utilized him then. That tush push, man. Look at here. You don't have the personnel to do the tush push. No. Use that fullback and utilize them. So my thing is just this, man. Have some patience. That offensive line, they're going to get in sync. But, hey, utilize that fullback.
You know what? You know what? And then not to cut you off on that, but you know what was more effective than the tush push that people not talking about?
What's that, brother?
That damn Tom Brady sneak.
Hey,
you remember that? You know he was coming, but they didn't worry about crowding the line. They spreaded it. They spread it out a little bit, and all he had to do was look for the crease and the hole. And Tom was killing it.
The worst 40. That was the quarterback that had the worst 40 ever, the worst 100 ever.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah.
If he could do it, Dak can do it.
Dak can do it. Yes, indeed. You just got to get these boys just trained up to do it, man. So that Tom Brady sneak used to be dangerous, man. More dangerous than the tush push, in my opinion.
Brother.
I appreciate you, man. What else you got before I let you walk?
I appreciate you too, brother. Listen, man, you are one of the men that studies and analyzes, bro. I'm on your shit.
Appreciate it.
Keep doing what you do, my brother. You're a positive role model, and keep doing what you do because it's good information for them Dallas Cowboys fans. Go, boys.
Let's go, man. Appreciate it, man. That's my guy from the 951 in Cali land.
The conference has been
All right, we got Coach Marv, and then we got Chris 214. You're live, Coach Marv from the 803. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, man. What's going on, Law? One, I want to give a shout-out to $100,000, man, because that's what I was calling. I held on a long time because I was waiting to talk about, and I didn't know that he was going to put that thing out there, and I hadn't heard it. But Brian, I went back.
Right.
And during the game, you can ask Boss Cowboys this. During the game, during the whole game, even after in the post game, I was screaming about the offensive line and the run game, and I said, "Oh man, I know Tony Pollard is going to get blamed for something he's getting blamed for. Yeah, I don't care if you bring Herschel Walker. You can bring Bo Jackson in here.
Right.
When you get contacted at the line of scrimmage with guys not just putting their hands out, but they're in position to make tackles, and it's just not clean.
Right.
And it's not just one guy. It's not a whole offensive line. It's just not clean. It's not clean. I went back and watched the same thing Brian did. I went back and watched every offensive play. I didn't worry about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted what I saw. I wanted to see did I see it correctly.
Coach, how long do you think it's going to take for those boys to pick up what Mike Solari is throwing out there? How long do you think it would take?
Let me say one thing. This is not a zone scheme run. It's very zone scheme. This is a pull trap, block down. Most of their runs are pull trap. They may run the zone when they go out the shotgun because they may be trying to run a draw, double team combo. But basically, they're doing their trap offense. They're trying to get to the trap. They're trying to get to the trap and get up on the linebacker.
Okay.
But it's not clean. It is not clean. Now, your question comes in, you say, well, how long is it going to take? It's going to take for us as fans to call a spade a spade. And it's time for these guys that we're calling all pros, future Hall of Famers, guys that got contracts that, you know, we say, man, you know, we give a lot of hype to because we know what they can do. It's all about being nasty, Law. I posted this on Twitter. I think Corey said something, and someone else asked me on Twitter about the offensive line. They wanted to talk about the offensive line coach. Right. This is all about nasty. This is all about being willing to block. This goes back to what Shanahan talks about back when he was talking about, not Shanahan, but Schottenheimer talked about. You got to be able to run the ball where people know you're going to run the football. And the only way that's going to happen is you got to start being nasty. And I don't see nasty in none of our offensive linemen. I see guys not finishing guys to, and I'm not going to say hurt, but to make them feel it. I'm not seeing it from my tight ends. I'm not seeing it from our Hall of Famers. I'm not seeing it from our first-round draft picks. On a consistent basis, we are blaming Tony Pollard for something that the same stuff we talked about with Zeke Elliott, we talked about all that, but it wasn't cleaned in, and you expect him to make miracles. But if we think about it, Law, in the last two games, and this is when I've seen this, when we had our first-string offensive line. In the games in the games prior to this, the run game was a little bit more cleaner because we had young guys in there that were trying to make their way, and they were nasty. We need to tell these guys, and it needs to be said, we don't need to throw them away. We don't need to go get nobody. It's time to get nasty, and it will get cleaner, and we will be able to get, because I believe we can get Tony Pollard 1 yard or 1.5 yards before we get guys to contact him. We ain't going to have to worry about the big plays. He'll make the big plays. But when we have negative plays, when we have guys getting blown up, when we have guys that are not even touching guys, if we go back and watch that film and watch the run game, there's no way that we can say blame a running back when guys are hitting you in the backfield. Yeah. So, like I said, get nasty. I think they got the talent. It's all about mentality. And remember, this guy was here. Nathan Newton used to be with this guy. This guy was back here in the heyday when they had a bruising offensive line. And he understands about being nasty. This guy's been around for a long time. It's all about mentality, and this offensive line has to come to a group and say, hey, it wasn't good enough. We got to go out there and submit our dominance. And that in the last two games, we have let the physicality come to us, and we haven't taken it to them. And that's what we got to improve on. The play calling may be there in the running game, but it's all about mentality now up front.
Man, no doubt, Coach Marv, man, you spit all the truth at us, man. I had to pull my umbrella out. So I'm looking up the pull trap zone schemes, but I'm looking at more, like you said, pull trap is pretty much what Solari kind of like to do. And what I'm looking at is some of the slides. I'm seeing more of those sets with fullbacks pulling and trapping inside and allowing the running back. So there's more like 21 personnel, more of your 22s and things of that nature. And it's more of your guards getting out on the side, getting out on the perimeter, and your tackle squeezing down inside. And that's a lot of moving pieces there. Go ahead.
But the key to that, Law, is when you got down blocks, and you got pull-up blocks, the pull guy's not going to give you nothing if you're down blocks when you got angles and you're not getting movement. You got an angle on the guy, you can't get stood up in the hole and even move back, because that makes you. How many times you watching the game and it seems like when we running, it's like running into a pile. And we say, man, why this running pile? Because it's not clean. It's not clean. When you start seeing it get clean, and that's what, as a coach, we always want. We want, I say this last day, Law, we have always taught with linemen. When any run play may not be always successful. Right. But if I can get my running back 1 yard or even a half a yard into across the line of scrimmage before people are ready to tackle. They may be coming off, they might just be putting their hands out, but they're not into the tackling motion. That play is always going to get me 4 to 5 yards.
True.
Because now my running back is going to get 4 or 5 yards. But if my running back if they're getting in the tackling position before my running back gets to the line of scrimmage, you're only going to get 1, 2 yards, and that's not a successful play. We have to clean it up. And when you talk about cleaning it up, that means we are not finishing blocks.
Man, you are
That's
hitting
all.
it right on the head, because sometimes I look at it and we see, hey, Tyra, it might be that time, Coach.
Right. You know, when you see, anytime you watch a run play and there's a 1 yard gain, look out there and you see linemen that are behind the running back, and he's in a 1 yard gain. That means we didn't get no peace and we did not finish block. And we got linemen that can. I just think it's a point about getting that nasty back and get it. There's not a lack of talent, because I've seen them do it before.
Right.
But it's emphasis needs to be put on them to say, nah, we're not going to run away and say, oh, man, we need to get an offensive lineman. Oh, no, we need to get an offensive line coach. Oh, the play call ain't good. Finish the block, because if you watch the film, the play is there if they finish the block.
Man, you spitting right at me. Appreciate you, Coach Marv. I thank you for calling in, and maybe since it's a bye week, maybe we'll figure out a way to get you on the show, and we'll go over some of this in a little longer sense of it. Okay? Appreciate you. That's Coach Marv, y'all. Put your hands together, man, for Coach Marv, and get things going from here. I was listening to a show the other day of my guy Vach. He was talking about O-line play, right? We would love to have a show with Vach and the OC to just talk, right, and get things going. But he was talking about that he would love to do a show with Duke Manyweather, right? Because they are in the same, I think Duke is about 4 or 5 years older than Vach, right? So, but they're in the same, era of like O-line. They have the same vernacular. And then somebody reached out and said, well, hey, Vach, it would be nice if him and Nate do a show together, right? And he was like, well, Nate comes from a different era, right? They use different vernacular. They use different wordings. They have different talk tracks and different philosophies on O-line. But O-line is still O-line, right? It would still be good conversation. But what I'm saying is with vernacular and the way, people break down film and the way people talk about it, like what Coach Marv was just saying, like, hey, this is a pull trap scheme. When I looked up, I said, man, he's right. This is what Mike Solari do, right? And we may be looking at it from, hey, zone, but no, they're not doing a lot of zone. They are doing more of a pull scheme. And from my mind, I'm looking at a guy out in space, because I didn't play O-line, right? I didn't study O-line to that degree. So when we start hearing these different vernaculars, it's always good to sit back and listen to their point of view and how they break down things. And I really like what Coach Marv brought out. And it had me pull up some slides, and while he was talking, we're going to do that from an outside looking in approach on teams that do pull trap schemes, right? Or teams that do the zone block schemes, whereas, they get the guy out in space and they come down and they field, or they come down and they take off of a guy that's coming through A gap or B gap or squeeze him down inside. So I love hearing those type of things. I got 815, you're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. Brandon, talk to me.
You can hear me loud?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. You're loud and clear.
Okay. I just want a quick question for you before I go on to my point. You saying would you give up a second or third rounder for Derrick Henry? Would you do that?
A second and a third plus pay him?
Or no. I said second or a third.
Second or a third. For this season, hell yeah, I'll just go ahead and just ink that in the mud, drop that in the mud and say, okay, I'll have, and I know some people may not like Derrick Henry, but I would pick up Derrick Henry.
We need that type of back.
Yeah, and I get what Coach Marvin said about the offensive line, but from a psychological aspect of it, that safety when they play two high safeties, one of them gonna be like, yeah, I want to stay on the roof, but the coach gonna be yelling, get your butt down, you got to come down and field. I need for you to be on cutback, or I need for you to be on force side because that's Derrick Henry. I don't think teams play Derrick Henry that way. Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Like, and which also leads me to the point about the O-line. Now, I know we like to call out Taron, but it's another guy who held out and got $18 million fully guaranteed for this year and next year, which makes 36, I believe. Mm-hmm. So let's call him out too. Like, I know we love Zach Martin, but he ain't been playing Hall of Fame type football either. Let's keep it real. That's why I think we should go all in and get Derrick Henry. And also, it brings up this other point. If we trying to win a Super Bowl, we have to go for it because the writing's on the wall. We're going to have to rebuild this offensive line. And at least while they can fight, they might not be the most athletic offensive line. They can at least fight you. So we got to do it right now. Like, we're in win now mode. I want to also say something about Micah Parsons. Now, I'm old enough to remember just last week when Law said, Micah, you might need to get up off the internet. You might need to play football. But now this week, I sound like Law tuned and changed. Now that we done beat the 2-4 Chargers, now it's okay for Micah Parsons to talk.
No. Did you hear my statement on that? I said two things can be true. Although I don't like Micah Parsons, you hear me preface it, you know what I'm saying? See, I don't want you to be selective with this choice right here. I'm saying that I don't like Micah Parsons. I still don't like him speaking, right? I want his action to go on the field. But one thing I will say this: if he's going to be an advocate for the Cowboys, and if that's our only choice, that's our only option, then let it be. I still don't like him talking, though, by the way. That's my stance on it, you know. But go ahead.
Not because also, remember when he was saying how good Brock Purdy was, the same questions we have about Dak now we had then. And he didn't come. What was he to Dak defense? All I'm saying is, guys, let's not have selective memory. Let's not have selective outrage. Like we all feeling good right now because we won. But I'm a person, keep the same energy 24/7. Like, we got to keep the same energy. We can't say we love being Cowboy fans today and when it's good, but then when they talking about us like a dog, I don't even want to look at TV. Dude, you got to take a good look at that. That's a part of it. As long as I've been a Cowboy fan, it's been this way.
True.
So let's stop with that. We on the bye week. I want us to actually analyze the team. See where we lacking, and to me, I think the trade deadline is either I believe it's next week or the week after.
Yeah, about 11 more days.
It's paramount. Yeah, it's paramount. Like Law said the goal is the Super Bowl, and I believe what Law said. If you're not following Law on X, you need to go follow him. He's a great follow. All I'm saying is we need to keep on working, keep on building, and plug the holes where we need to, and make some trades. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Law Nation. Shout out to the nation. Dak Prescott, I can't forget about you, brother. I'm still watching.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's Brandon Ross. Not Rick, but Ross. And that's my stance on it. Do I like Micah Parsons talking on the social media platform? No. Is he going to stop because I don't like it? No. So he going to continue to say those things. So, but I do feel the villain activities, right? The villain activities is him calling out the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder networks, and that is working because now they're gonna watch the next time Kimberly speak, she gonna do extra homework, right? Because Parsons is listening, and he may call her out, you know. And there's going to be some simps, right? Because when a player called out a woman, a lady, you know what I'm saying, on TV, there are going to be some guys that are going to try to say, hey, I'm trying to score. I'm trying to get good, you know what I'm saying, with the lady. So I'm going to go in protector mode. But in actuality, you know, if you're going to talk about it, let's be about it. You're going to walk about it, let's walk about it. So I like the fact that my guy Parsons is not afraid to the same energy you give out, the same energy he's going to give out. So I like that, So as he said, keep that same energy, let's go. And Archo, that was one of the clips I forgot to play. I'm going to play one of his clips a little later on. But I got Chris 214, you the last caller in the mix, man. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law? How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. Fixed his internet snafu. It's kind of still wee-woo-ish a little bit, but we working, man. You know what I'm saying?
You out, Law. But, yeah, man, I just, the whole Micah thing, man, I feel like, yes, I do like the part of, hey, we already know they're going to talk regardless.
Yeah.
You might as well embrace it.
Embrace it. Yep.
I just wanted to talk about the running backs. Yeah, we talk about the offensive line, and that is clearly an issue. I'm kind of more upset about the 1-2 punch. It looks like that we don't have a 1-2 punch. We just have a one. It looks like that we see Rico 1 or 2 times the whole game, and we don't see him anymore. And it's like, no, like that's not the type of running back that Pollard is, man. Like we got to get these the other guy 40 ounce is what you like to call him. But we need to start using him more. Like we went through the whole preseason saying, oh man, who gonna be this RB2? Who gonna be this RB2? And they're not even doing a 1-2 punch.
You know what? One thing I really miss, and I hate that this happened. You know what I'm saying? That the other dude that we picked up from Texas, that kept fumbling the ball. What's his name? Is it Rojo? Right? Rojo. Ronald Jones. I would have loved to just see. Can we just see him just a little bit in preseason? Because he was working it a little bit when we was out there at Oxnard, but he got hit with them PEDs, and then with the heart medicine, and then the Cowboys roster, and then Rico started to come back, and started looking good. So we was robbed of that chance just to see, because he was our quote unquote power back, the bigger back, But go ahead.
All right. But yeah, man, we just got to get a plan going because don't get me wrong, I love Tony Pollard, but we get the best Tony Pollard if we have a 1-2 punch, because this right here, this ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that it's, what I'm saying, like, I know it's not, just like what Coach Maher was saying, hey, man, like that offensive line, man, it got to start going. And how do you feel about Steele?
I think Terrence Steele is a guy that's when OC admitted it, and I said, okay, yeah, because OC, that's his guy, Terrence Steele. When he said, looking back at his tape, he's a half step or a step slow, or off than what he was last year. He's not getting power on his punches, and he's not separating when it's time for him to pull on the edges. And he's doing enough to manage and get by, but that ain't the same Terrence Steele that we seen last year. So he was literally rushed.
Not even close.
And did you hear what I kind of threw this at him last night? I said, "Do you think we missed out on DeJuan Jones?" You know what I'm saying? And then that's when he was like, "Yeah."
God.
Did you see how he put the clamps on the 49ers guy? Yeah.
Oh, hey, that dude, he got some long arms. They
calling him Thanos now. That was Brian Baldinger call him Thanos, man. He called that man Thanos now,
Yeah, but hey, Law, man, like that's all I had. The one last thing, I'm still praying for you, Hadika Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Get well soon. We miss you. Get well.
Yeah.
And that's all I have, Law. Y'all have a good night. Cowboy Nation, stand up.
Yeah, stand tall or not at all, man. That's my guy, man, Chris 214. Yeah, y'all put your prayers together for Sadiq Charles. She's been one of the roll mods over here, man, roll dog mods over here. and she's a little she fighting right now. She's in the hospital from last time we checked with her. So put your prayers together for Sadiqa Charles, man. Appreciate y'all, man, so much for tuning in and being part of these type of episodes. It's 7:50. I got about 10 minutes, man, before we rock up out of here. Appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all. Get well, Sadiq, and keep fighting. You know, that's how it goes. And let me see if I can pull this up and give y'all some of those schemes that we were talking about. Let me go with this one right here first. Hope it's big enough. Pause. All right, so we talking about trap blocks, right? Zone. You see, and you seeing how they do these type of this is a wham block trap. This is versus a 4-3. And if you can see, the fold back is 77. He's to kick to the outside of the offensive line right here. And my guy 74. I don't have a cursor on this. So what I'm gonna do is once we end the stream, we would do like a quick power slide, and I'll show you guys some of these schemes and what the duties are when you're talking about traps. So think of a funnel, right? And you want to funnel the defensive player to one side of the field, but you got to get a head on a head. And if you see 89, he's pulling to the inside, and it's very important for them to identify the mic. And as you can see, the fullback got the lead mic. The center points out the mic, by the way, and his job is to get there. So when you're talking about traps, these boys got to run. They can't sit isolated in a spot. They got to move their feet. 77 is so important for him to kick out. It's so important for him to kick out and get to that space. 74 is so important for him to squeeze upwards to get to that space. So in the zone, they sitting still, and when the opposition get to them, then they apply the pressure. Or they'll block the closest guy or the nearest guy. But in the trap scheme, what my guy Coach Marv was talking about, we need these guys to pull. It's important for the center to take business of the Sam linebacker as well. So that's in the 4-3 scheme, ladies and gentlemen. And these are the things that the Cowboys got to get better at. When we look at these type of things and we talk about the team and we talk about why things are not looking uniform, why things are not looking neat as they supposed to look, it's because my guys are not getting to the point. They're not being physical at the point. And I don't know whether or not this information is being transferred to those guys or not. But they're going to have to get off of that, get out of that, and make something happen. Right? They're going to have to make something happen, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I'm going to show you guys another play, and we're going to look at this. This is all the same. This is Power O trap. Okay, and you're seeing most of these things, of course, this West Coast, and of course you're going to see a lot of Niners with these type of pulls. And you see the kick out on the force, you see that, and also you see the double defensive edge. You see where the block's at. Pull to the block on the linebacker side. You see where 75 is coming from? Do y'all see where 75 is coming from to make that block there? And when you have bad hamstrings, and if you ain't really dedicated, you're not going to go that far. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that that's where most of these guys are having issues at, that they are doing more running, more working than they ever used to be doing. So that's why we're having some of those issues. And one thing I could tell you is that whenever we look at Power O or we look at the last play that we just seen that I had on the screen, you seeing that there's more than one back out there. You know what I'm saying? So those are things that we're going to have to work out. Those are things that we're going to have to work out. Sending healings. Appreciate you above average. Appreciate you. Thank everybody for tuning in. thank everybody for being part of these type of episodes. Let's look at another one. Let's look at another one. We're going to look at another one. Appreciate y'all so much. And when we have a little bit more time, I'm going to go over some of these plays in fullness, but we're just going to scheme through these right here. This is another man box, but it's going to be a pull scheme right here. And as you guys can see, the guard got pulled backside. That's his responsibility. He's going to pull off of, and it's so important for the center to chip the linebacker right here, or the center to get the inside guard right here, or inside tackle guy. And it's so important for my guy on the right side, the right guard, to chip the linebacker so that this play can be effective. And we've seen that some of this stuff, some of these plays are still some of the same principles and concept. This was when Mike McCarthy was with the Green Bay Packers here, and we've seen this play before. We've seen Tony Pollard run this play before. It's imperative to have your tight end on the right side. He gonna run to the strong side to make his necessary block here. It's imperative for 71 to kick out. And we are seeing, even on a one-back power versus a 7-man, 6 or 7-man front, that he can't over-pursue, but he also got to shoot to that edge, and he got to squeeze on the outside. He got to squeeze on the outside of that right tackle in between that C-gap there. He got to. He can't over-pursue. And those are things that we are lacking with, too, when we do our inside or to our edge runs. Our toss runs been very effective, but our inside off the edge runs been quasi, because, like they said, our linemen, offensive linemen, are not giving us that physical approach. They're not finishing the blocks. I don't know if they're too winded when they get to that point, or they're too tender with their legs to get to that point, but we are not seeing the levels of consistencies that we want out of that. All right, I got 3 more minutes. Let me pull up another one. Y'all okay with this? Give me a thumbs up if y'all okay with this. Let me know in the chat, if everybody's still here live with the nation, going over some of these schemes, going over some of these things that we talking about. Pull traps, blocking schemes. Here's another one right here. It's a counterplay, similar to what Rico Dido did the other day. Shout out to him. Let me see if I don't know if I still got that play in the wheelhouse right here. But you see the counter trap right here. I do like those things. Let me see if I got it. I think I might have it. I might have that play. Let me see if it's that play. No, it's not. I don't have it in my. I do have it somewhere. Y'all bear with me. I might have it over here. The actual counter play. You guys bear with me. I might have it in here. Nope, not that one. Hold on, bear with me. Definitely not that one. Is this the Dak Prescott play? Boom, boom, boom. Y'all bear with me. We're going to go over this one in a few seconds. I thought I had it, but I must have deleted it. All right, so I don't have it in my roll right here, by reel right here. But I can tell you right here. Is this it right here?
Everybody runs.
I don't have it. Period. I'm going to look one more area. Got to be this play right here. Yep, there you go right here. I got it right here. We'll see a counter somewhere right here. Boom. Come on, angle. Let's toss outside. Boom. 77. Pollard cut back inside. Okay, so here's a counter run right here. Bird. Huh. All right. It was a counter run right there. Similar, but also everybody was diagnosed as kind of off. And then we have the interior right guard pulled to the left side, and different play altogether, basically, because it was one way. But what I'm going to say here is once we get things going, you see that when we start talking about the linebackers, who we need to identify when we doing these pulls and getting to the edge, we need dedication from our interior guys. And from what Brian Broaddus said, that he sees Tyler Smith more of a left tackle than an inside guard guy. We will find out by LA Rams week on whether or not Tyler Smith is making some of the same mistakes, and he's only had six penalties. 2 pressures allowed, 0 hits. We will see whether or not Tyler Smith is making the same mistakes far as not finishing in conjunctions with with my guy Tyron Smith. If we would see whether or not he's late to the punch. And I can't wait to see those games down the stretch, because then by that time frame, it will be the 4th week Tyron Smith is out there with Tyler Smith, and we will see whether or not those boys on the edge can continue to bring that type of level of tenacity. That will be the thing that we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we going to get on up out of here. I appreciate you guys so much, man. It done hit 8 o'clock. But I always love to leave with a positive word, man, and I thank y'all so much for being part of the nation and fighting through it. They say a prize fighter, even when he's down, he's figuring out ways to continue to swing. And the Cowboys this season, regardless of the outcome, we should continue to find ways to swing. We should continue to find ways to not be satisfied with our results. We should continue to find ways to get better and better and better along the way. And the only way that happened, let me see some fire in the chat. Let me see some fire in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, if you can. The only way we'll find out is week to week. I was listening to Shaquille O'Neal. He was on a podcast, and his stepfather raised him. He don't even call him stepfather. He call him his father. And Shaq, his entire career, before his career started, when he was in elementary school, he would win and get certain awards for those wins, even in middle school and high school. And he always thought that his dad, his father, was mean to him. He said, never be satisfied. So he will get a trophy, and when he come home, he'll put the trophy on the stand and say, Dad, I won. And the father would wake up late that night or early that morning, take the trophy and throw it away. And he said, Father, why are you always taking my trophies and throwing them away? He said, I don't want you to be satisfied. I don't want you to be comfortable. There's a bigger picture down the line. Those principles that his father taught him is in the mind of Shaquille O'Neal. So when you see Shaq now to this day, he still had that mentality that I'm not satisfied. That's why he owns so many businesses. That's why he still got his money since the 3rd grade, because he's not satisfied. That's why he won multiple championships, because he never took on the mindset that he's satisfied. And if the Cowboys, if the Cowboys want to win multiple championships, we need to have that guy on the team to have that Shaq-like mentality I know the Mamba mentality is a whole nother thing. But now we're talking about satisfaction. Never be satisfied. 4-2, what have we won? Nothing. They taking everything that we do away from us. They saying that we are trash. They saying we haven't played anyone. They would say it's a big game, and then when we win, it's a, hey man, ain't nobody. They was ready to say the same thing and do the same thing if we even beat the 49ers. Although we lost, they just poured it on us. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. So never be satisfied. We're hungry. We're starving. One can argue they're really greedy. You know what I'm saying? So never be satisfied with this situation. Understand that right now we are considered the villains. Right now we are considered the evil ones, even when we are protecting our own. They say it's all fun and dandy until the rabbit gets the gun. Look at that rabbit with the gun now. That poor wolf, he was only one wolf, multiple rabbits. Can he get something to eat? No. We got the gun now. He. Right? So never be satisfied. Let's continue to find ways. Lord, were you satisfied this morning when you couldn't go live? No. Lord, did you figure it out? Yes, we live right now. And I'm still not satisfied. I would have been satisfied if all of you guys stayed to the end. But I'm out to earn it. Maybe when I get into my 50s and 60s, people will just wait for the words and stay to the end. I'll still not be satisfied. Write this down. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or poverty or famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it. I was live a little bit earlier, and my guy Al Kareem on Facebook said, "Hey, Law, you look stressed out." I'm not. I just need to get my hair cut. I'll feel better once I take a shower. I'm never stressed out. I'm an old guy. You don't see gray over here. And we don't got Beijing cooking. Why? Because I know when it's time for me to be said and done, when the end comes for me, it will find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. It will find me even in the days of my old, still working. Because that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to always work by the sweat of my brow. Those are the orders of the law from the Creator. For those who say, hey, I no longer need to work, I no longer need to put in, then they go home to glory. But for me, I'm going to work by the sweat of my brow. I'm going to continue to grind and shine. I'm going to continue to push forward. That's just the way it's going to be, baby. So that's why I do no days off. Too blessed to be stressed. Yes, you're right. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember,
is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
I gave you everything I had.
Yes, indeed. I gave you everything I had. Let's go. One love, baby. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Come on, roll those credits for me. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Yes, indeed. Stay to the benediction. I see you. Let's go. Shout out to you, boo. Let's go. Shout out to you, Bob. Shout out to your old school. David, appreciate your P-Way. Let's go. ACL 13. Is that Michael Gallup? Sanjay. Hey. Spock, can you save me? 3 of me. Let's get it. 24/7 Cowboy. Hey. Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Rabbit now. I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer.
Call it too legit, baby.
I've been really in the field.
Who been in the field with me, baby?
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that song.
Oh my goodness. I was on my way out of here.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's a better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
Woo!
You're crying.
I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
Hey, I think he was a real guy to slow my internet down earlier.
Let's go, birds fly, Eagles fly.
Y'all looking great. This never get old. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Hey, y'all let me know if y'all ever get tired. Y'all ever get tired of me doing that? I can't make this stuff up, man. This is just crazy, man. Let's get on up out of here. One love to y'all, man. DC for life, not for short. Hey, come on, man. What's going on with this, man? Come on. Y'all thought I was gone. Man, I got one more thing. I forgot to play this over here, you know. Come on.
I caught one before.
No, have you ever eaten it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Possum?
Nah, I ain't ate no possum. Them they don't play.
What about squirrel?
I had a little squirrel before. Squirrel tastes like chicken.
Turtle?
Yeah. I had a little snapper turtle. I had a little kangaroo, little crocodile, frog legs.
Yeah.
You had frog legs?
Oh, yeah, we had frog. Yeah, I've tried that.
Frog legs.
Chocolate ants. You had chocolate ants?
Mm-mm.
No?
Chocolate ants.
That's a delicacy right there.
There's a delicacy down in the South. We're going to bleep this out, but I'm going to say what it is. We're going to bleep this out later.
Go ahead and say it.
Bull dick and onions.
Wait a minute, man. Pause. Pause, man. Man, come on, man. No way, man. We don't eat that down here, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Hey, man. Hey.
Come on, man.
You got one more strike, man. Come on, man. We don't eat that down here. He don't speak for all of the South, man. Y'all let me know, have y'all had that? Because, and then he said onions. Nah, man, come on, man. I got to get on up out of here, man. I'm done, man. I'm done. Oh, my goodness, man. Y'all crazy, man, if y'all believe that. Ain't no way. That dude crazy, man. Ain't no way, y'all. That disrespect for the South, man. Somebody check on Uncle. Can I call him Auntie now? Because hey, only the aunties ate that then, you know. None of my unks ate that.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Ain't no way, man.
All I ask
is bull and onions. I might have to make that a drop, man. Come on, man. DC for life, not for short.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud, too.
We didn't eat that in the South, by the way. I'm going to just put that out there one more time. We didn't eat what Shay ate in the South. We just didn't do that. No. But I want some cornbread, though. I want some hot water cornbread so bad right about now.
God damn.